Hello everyone in YouTube land, Nintendo fanboy 07 back here as always. Alright, this is just going to be my take on the whole indie games on the Switch, or I guess, I don't want to be over dramatic about it, but I guess a backlash on the Indies Direct that Nintendo had a couple days ago. I don't know if you would call it a backlash. Like I said, I don't want to be too dramatic. It wasn't that much of a backlash. It was on Twitter, I guess, before, or right when they announced it. And then after it, people saying this is not a real Nintendo Direct. It's just more indies, and they already kind of had one with the UK one, I think. I don't know. But anyways, ever since the Switch launched last year, I guess, what am I saying, I guess, it has been kind of an indie system. It really has, and that's fine for people that like indie games, and there are some good indie games on there. I like some of them, obviously, like Shovel Knight, which is pretty much on everything. That Bloodstained Curse of the Moon game, which I still have to try out. That'd be sweet if that came out along. I mean, that's already out, but that'd be sweet if it came out in a physical copy along with Bloodstained Ritual of the Night or whatever. That'd be sweet. Like right on the card with it. Anyways, getting kind of off topic here, but that's like one good indie game where I'm like, that looks really cool, and that's not really an indie game. It's by Koji Igarashi. That's like one game that comes to mind. Like that's really good. But there are some good indie games that I can name drop. I can name, but I'm not going to because I don't have time to do that in this whole video. But I feel that there is a saturation of indie games, and I feel that the reason why people are upset is because there hasn't been a lot of games from Nintendo. I mean, if Nintendo would had a steady stream of games for this year, it would have been a different story, I think. Especially for me, because I'm one of those people that are disappointed and upset. And I think, if it was like last year, then it would have been, like I said, it would have been a different story. Even though I found the first year of the Switch to be not that great. I mean, we got some good stuff like Zelda and Mario and whatever. But yeah, this year has been really just dry for games in general, but obviously the Switch, and that's what I'm talking about here. Yeah, it's just not a lot of games from Nintendo, ports, Labo, indies. And people that are hating on the indie games don't hate them because they're indie. People are talking about all the shovelware that's on the Switch eShop. That's what people are hating about. That's what people are really upset about, and they have every right to be upset because we pay money for this stuff. All right, we have every right to speak out about it. Okay, and there are people out there, I'm not going to name any names, that like to praise every single indie game, mainstream gaming sites, and other smaller Nintendo sites out there that like to praise every indie game just because they're indie, or because they're on the Switch, because it's the Switch and it's appealing and I get to play it, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but that's the vibe that I'm getting from these people that like to praise every indie game that's on the Switch because it's on there, or because it's indie and they don't want to feel bad about hurting the people's feelings that made the games, the developers, because they bust their ass off on making the games. I mean, that's fine. I'm sure they bust their ass off on making the games, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to say your game is crap or good. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna just sugarcoat every little thing here just because it's an indie game. I mean, AAA developers, I hate that term, by the way, I don't know why, but anyways, bigger developers bust their ass too on making games, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna give criticism to them either. I'm gonna both. But yeah, like, majority of the games that are on the Switch eShop are mobile games or games that were out already for years, and they're like, yeah, here you go, here's the game. And it's like, I don't care for this game. I don't care. It's a mobile game. It's an iOS game or iPad game or whatever. Like, that's not good enough. And when this is one other thing I gotta put in this video. Obviously, Nintendo's showing these games off in their Nindies Direct. That's what it's called, Nindies, Nintendo Indies. They're showing them off on their, it's on their channel. It's on all their social networking sites. It's on their, Twitter or whatever. That means they expect you to pay for these games. They expect you to buy these games. And Nintendo has a higher standard than that. I have a high standard than that. I know quality when I see it. So when you expect to buy Goose Game or whatever like that, I can't take that seriously. I'm sorry. Like, if you find that funny and if you want to buy a game like that, that's totally fine. That's up your alley. But I can't take that seriously. Or these dating simulator games or these games that look like porn. Like, that's just ridiculous. And one other thing I have to put in this video is, well, first here I can finish this thought. Did I finish that thought? I think I did. Yeah, I can't take that seriously. I can't take those dating sims seriously. The porn games, Goose Games, these games that just look like mobile games, or they are flash animation type stuff. I just can't do it. And another thing here, I think obviously we all know the Switch eShop has a problem, and I feel like they gotta add more categories or clean it up a bit. But also, what they gotta do to clean it up, maybe put the lower quality games in the bottom, like hard to find, or something like that. Just get rid of them. Like, you gotta do something. It's like cleaning out the refrigerator type of thing. You gotta get rid of the bad stuff. You have to, or else it's gonna make it. This is another thing I was thinking about the other day too. I was looking at the eShop. I was like, this is really making all these games. Like, I can name drop some of them. I'm not gonna. They're just really making the Switch look bad. You know, I mean, it's a Nintendo system. Nintendo should care about quality. You know, this Nintendo seal quality, right? Like that's not what we're used to, Nintendo fans. You know, like, we're used to quality, and when we're seeing those types of games on there, it's making it look bad. So make those shittier games harder to find. So, anyways, like I said, you know, if there is a bigger year, more stuff coming out, obviously Smash is coming out. I'm psyched for that. But if there's just more stuff to look forward to. People want to be as angry as they are, or let down, or whatever. So anyways, comment down below on what you think about this whole thing. So peace out. More of my videos coming soon. Later.